leaders. The Utah Jazz in first place in the Midwest Division take on the leaders since day one in the Eastern Conference, the Philadelphia 76ers.
What about your relationship with Coach Brown today? Is it good?
Yeah, it's the same. You know, it's the same as it has been in the beginning of the year. You know, for everybody to feel like, you know, the relationship between me and Coach is going to be peaches and creams all the time is not fair. You know, sometimes coaches and players get into it, but we have the same common goal. Both of us want to win a championship. I believe in him, and he believes in me. So it's just important for us to come out here and prove it out here on the basketball court.
Lineups tonight, Brian Russell, despite a strained groin, is going to give it a go and start it forward for the Utah Jazz with their Jerry Sloan looking for a much better effort from his Utah Jazz tonight after losing 103-95 last night, and Larry Brown with a smile on his face and everything smoothed over. But you know, it doesn't take much to get things going controversy-wise in this town. The Jazz playing their fourth game in a 6-game Eastern swing control the tip. Franchise high 10-0 start this year. Tony Kukoc to the move.
Within your offense. The offense has proven year in and year out that you're going to get high percentage shots.
Karl Malone with the follow-away hits. Malone. Here is Aaron McKee. And Iverson firing over John Stockton hits. And the Sixers. Post-up situation to get the steal. Iverson amongst the best in the NBA in steals. Changes hands, goes up and scores. A spectacular play on both ends by Allen Iverson.
Surprised on a couple of times they've thrown the ball into Malone that they've run the split. The split has kind of fouled up Malone's shot attempt.
He makes good there, so Malone now with his time. Here is Iverson over Stockton. Allen Iverson first place, so the Sixers are hanging in there. Here is Malone to Russell, and a great typical play by the Jazz.
Yeah.
Saw the Jazz have more turnovers than they have field goals so far in this game, and we will have a foul call. David Benoit, number 20.
In Tel Aviv, and then last year was out of basketball. He wrote Jerry Sloan a letter. Jerry gave him a chance. He did an excellent job. Went to the summer league with their ball club. He just threw.
Jerry Sloan has to be restrained right now by Phil Johnson, and Sloan is out of the game, and he is livid.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he's all upset right now, but I'll tell you what, Iverson put on the afterburners in going down the lane that time, took it strong to the basket, was definitely fouled. Now what happened after that, because what we are talking about, there's been a lot of body contacts at both ends of the floor here tonight.
So Jerry Sloan, a firebrand when he was a player and a coach with the Chicago Bulls, has been tossed out of the game, getting 2 technicals, and Allen Iverson makes the free throw. So Phil Johnson, his longtime friend and aide, will take over as coach. There's Gordy Chiesa, and Phil Johnson right there will be the coach.
Well, Phil, we know, longtime coach in the NBA, a head coach in Chicago, as well as Kansas City and Sacramento. He was with Jerry Sloan on the old great teams with the Chicago Bulls. When Dick Motta was the head coach, Phil was his assistant. So he and Jerry Sloan have been together in the saddle for many a year.
Sixers lead 24-9, and here is Karl Malone, and Malone going strong for his. Firing it up and missing is Aaron McKee, the follow by Hill. So Tyrone Hill and the Sixers getting the job done on the 12 points by Allen Iverson, 6 for 6 from the line. Well, and after 1 quarter, the Sixers lead the Jazz 28-14. Off the bench tonight, 28-15, the Sixers lead, and nice steal. Turned over by Jacques Vaughn to Karl Malone, and Malone goes up, and a foul called. So,
well, if you're wondering why Jerry Sloan was kicked out of the game, he was very upset about Allen Iverson's foul that was called. He thought it was a non-shooting foul, and the referee gave him free throws on that. First, he called Ronnie Garrison out of his name, and then, of course, Greg Willard, a guy that they've had 6 or 7 times this year. They have not gotten along with him all year long, and thus the second technical. Guys?
All right, Reggie, thank you very much. And so Phil Johnson now handling things. Karl Malone on the free throw line. We mentioned George Lynch committing the foul. Played only 5 minutes against Chicago. Deflected by Lynch. Maxwell gets a piece of it.
Look at this.
And Lynch is ahead of the field, puts it through, and the 76ers have opened up a 32-17 lead. It goes down, no foul called, and there is Marshall going inside, and Ostertag finally puts it through, and a chance for the three-point play. Big guy who has given Larry Brown some good inside play, and here is Iverson going one-on-one with Stockton. Steps back and hits the basket. Lynch for the 76ers. Iverson trying to go around Stockton, pulls up and hits it. So Iverson feeling it. It's 0 for 5 so far, and the Sixers coming right back. Iverson guarded by Stockton. Plenty of time on the shot clock, and Stockton gets it away. Anticipating the pass.
I'm ready for John to open up a little offensively, Dick, because Iverson's giving him room.
Marshall from Malone, and an 8-0 run now by the Utah Jazz. So the Sixers have missed 7 in a row. No-look pass, and Marshall misses. And now ahead of the field is Allen Iverson. Iverson lays it in to break the drought.
A great camp, and he was doing a terrific job before he went with the surgery. And double-team Karl Malone. He'll go to the front of the rim, and Malone will hit him every time.
Iverson with the fall away goes. So Allen Iverson has for Philadelphia. Iverson against Stockton. Gives up the dribble, puts it up, and
Oh, brother.
what a show by Allen Iverson, who has 26 now. As the Sixers lead at the half over the Jazz, 47-38 is being called. Well, I'm not chuckling. You're the only one chuckling. I think this is very serious indeed. Iverson from the corner. Is there anything he's not doing?
No. Not tonight.
28 as you see. 28 for Iverson. Here is Malone going in and getting the basket. So Malone and Iverson, there is
Making things happen for his ball club.
9-point lead for the 76ers. Here's Karl Malone with the jumper. And Malone now with 19 points. Here's Malone, guarded by Tyrone Hill, and going up and gets the basket and the foul. So the Jazz trying to make a run here at 4:05 remaining in the third. Here's Tony Kukoc against the double coverage, finding McKee for three. Aaron McKee for offense from him. He's played a solid defensive game. Here is Malone on the pick and roll, and the basket counts in the foul. So Karl Malone, a one-man gang on offense, now with 25. Now that. And there is Vaughn feeding Malone, and Karl Malone now with 28 points, banked around, as does McCullough, and they're letting him play. And here is Iverson at the other end. He lays it in. It looked like everything stopped, and Utah has never had the lead tonight. They cut it down to 3 moments ago. Here is Iverson playing one-on-one against Jacques Vaughn. Steps back and hits. Allen Iverson, who's been but the Sixers lead by 8 early here in the fourth quarter. Malone shooting over Tyrone Hill. 30 points now for Karl Malone. Manning guarded by Ratliff, and Manning going to the hoop and getting a basket, and a 6 now from Manning.
What I liked there was Danny Manning used his IQ.
3 minutes gone by here in this fourth quarter. Manning with a fake on Ratliff hits. Danny Manning the penalty the last 8.5 minutes. A break for them. Here is John Stockton feeding Danny Manning.
Once again, great movement. John did not force the jump shot with the passing and his intelligent ball movement and doing a nice job defensively.
Malone steps back and hits. 32 for Malone.
Dick, when he has a chance to face the basket and you lay off him, it's been in tonight.
Malone, and Utah leads for the first time by a score of 75-74.
Karl Malone right there, he's wide open, okay?
34 for Karl Malone. It's a duel in the sun between Iverson and Malone. We'll be right back. And what a duel going on with Allen Iverson, who has 36 points. Both players going to the line and doing well from the stripe by Russell. And it's a 78-76 Utah lead. Iverson sneaks in for the basket, and Iverson Iverson now with 38. 5 minutes remaining here in the fourth. Allen Iverson having his best scoring game of the year. Wow. And has 40 points in the game.
What an athletic move.
36 is the season's high. Sixers by 2. Stockton leaves behind on a low pass. Picked up by Malone, and he converts.
Yeah, they finally get a break on a loose ball.
Right. And Philadelphia 16-0 when they led after 3, and they were leading after 3. Ratliff on the rebound. Yes, Rue. Theo Ratliff on the offensive board.
What a great rebound. We said at the opening, the test for Philly tonight, could they get on the offensive glass?
Crowd on his feet here at the First Union Center. The feed to Malone, and he gets the basket. He could have gotten fouled as well.
Stockton had a choice there. He could
This half alone, 41 in the game with under 2 minutes to go in this fourth quarter. And on the double team, Iverson is fouled by Donyell Marshall. And his high was 37 and 15 of 17 from the line. So the one thing in common for both Iverson and Malone, both have gone on the line often and have hit tonight.
He kind of reads defenses and pinpoints passes.
Takes what the defense gives him, a cliche, but he doesn't. Stockton hitting a shot, and he hasn't hit much tonight. 7 points for John Stockton on 2 for 7 from the field. Ties the game at 87.
From the field, he's third in the league, 44 in threes, and tonight he couldn't make it.
Allen Iverson in the air with 45 points, and the Sixers by 2. The 2 first-place teams and 2 stars getting the job done as Manning gets the foul driving to the basket.
Now,
16, 13 points and 10 this quarter.
very heady play tonight. Back it out.
With a half a minute to go, but 19 on the shot clock for the Jazz. They're trying to pull one out here in Philadelphia, losing their coach on a technical double in the first quarter. Here is Manning. He hits. Danny Manning with 16 points, and the Jazz lead by 2. Still each team with 2 timeouts and a 20. And here is Iverson, double teamed, the ball knocked out of bounds. Last touch by the Jazz. Manning, who used to perform magic for Larry Brown in Kansas, and here tonight.
Now, right at the top of the circle, Danny on the 2 previous plays dribbled into the lane and did the push shot. That time took the open J.
16 for Manning.
Up towards the foul line. The other factor here, remember, the most dangerous guy many times in the NBA is the guy inbounding the pass. They potential screen. Here he comes off the screen, right there.
Iverson gets by Stockton, leaves it for Kukoc. Donyell Marshall, and the loose ball. Scramble. Iverson fires a 3. No good. Time running out. And Kukoc can't get it off in time. And the Utah Jazz have defeated the 76ers 91-89 in a valiant rally as Allen Iverson sees a season's high 45-point effort go for naught as Karl Malone with his season's best of 41, and you can see the elation on the faces of the Utah Jazz, who trailed most of this game, lost Jerry Sloan, their coach, with 2 technicals, had to be restrained in the first quarter, and the Jazz, after a laconic performance last night at Toronto, have come back and beaten the 76ers.
We haven't been playing well. We've been struggling. We haven't been doing a lot of little things. And I'm 37, but God dang, it's sure feel good to win. So that's just winning a ball game. We haven't been playing well, Reggie, and for us to come out here and get a win like this on their floor, God, it's exciting. It's exciting.
Now, Coach Sloan obviously hadn't been happy with you guys for a while. He came out, made you guys practice, a full practice earlier today. Did that help tonight?
Well, I don't know. He's going to say it's going to help, so we'll probably do it again on the back-to-back, but I don't know. Reggie, you know, with the league the way it is now, whatever coach you want. You know, if that's what he chooses us to do at 16 years and 17 years in the league, it's part of what it is, and it's what it's about. So if we have to practice, we have to practice. No problem.
All right, man. Good luck.
Out of my mom and everybody, wife and everybody, Merry Christmas.
All right.
I'm all wet now.
All right, Reggie, thank you very much. The Jazz break a 2-game losing streak. They're 18-8 on the year. The Sixers are 18-7. Once again, our final score, the Jazz 91, Sixers 89. After a short break, we'll send you to Los Angeles for the Timberwolves and Clippers. For Hubie Brown, Reggie Theus, Brian Taylor, our statistician, this is Dick Stockton saying goodnight from Philadelphia.